What's happening in Polk County, Florida, will eclipse Epstein and Diddy. Judicial trust and legitimacy are collapsing. What's happening in Polk County, Florida, is not family law. It's fraud on the court. It's going to eclipse everything we've seen in the Epstein cases and the Diddy trial. The predicate. A judge has built an injunction racket, secret dockets, fake service, and phantom hearings, not to protect victims, but to protect predators. The key case involves Randall Seth Ritchie, a man under a 7-year injunction for molesting his own daughter, later caught sending sexually inappropriate grooming messages to a 10-year-old boy. Instead of protecting the child, the court cut off the father's access and began retaliating against him. The violations. Here are the violations any lawyer will recognize. Fraud on the court. Clerk's certified service that never occurred. Instead, scraps were faxed across state lines to fabricate jurisdiction. Denial of access to courts. Hearings were scheduled, canceled, then wiped from the record. Suppression of evidence. Judges' chambers received grooming and abuse evidence, acknowledged receipt, and refused to act. Witness tampering. Children were told to pressure the victim not to testify. First Amendment retaliation. YMCA, schools, and churches banned the reporting parent immediately after predator concerns were raised. Retaliatory financial sabotage, evictions, license suspensions, and frozen accounts aligned directly with federal filings. The stakes. This isn't about custody. It's about systemic misconduct, obstruction of justice, child endangerment, and retaliation against a whistleblower. If courts can fabricate service to protect a predator, they can fabricate anything. Bar associations and oversight bodies must act. To ignore this is to make the profession complicit in fraud, retaliation, and the erosion of constitutional rights. Tat the expanded record fraud on the court. Florida judges are using secret dockets and illegal service to shield predators. No, this is not an Onion article. Court records out of Polk County show fraudulent service, suppressed hearings, predator protection, and law enforcement helping cover it all up. What the records show. Secret dockets, hearings scheduled, canceled, and wiped from the record. Phantom service, clerks certifying sheriffs served papers. But no sheriff ever did. Instead, fax scraps were sent across state lines. Predator protection. Randall Seth Ritchie, under a 7-year injunction for molesting his daughter, sending toe-sucking grooming messages to a 10-year-old boy. The court blocked protective action. Weaponized injunctions. That same predator now seeks an injunction against the father who exposed him. A father forced to flee 1,000 miles to Pennsylvania for safety. Illegal cross-state service. Judges and clerks trying to use the predator himself to serve the father across state lines in blatant violation of due process. Law enforcement complicity. Polk deputies and Lakeland PD helped Ritchie block more than 50 parenting exchanges. Sheriff Grady Judd has been called and emailed for over a year. He knows and does nothing. Witness tampering with children. The night before testimony, an 11-year-old girl and Daniel Fleischman's 10-year-old son were told to call Ritchie's daughter, the victim, and tell her to stop, to say she was lying. Don't testify. That is child witness tampering. Federal obstruction of justice. Using kids to silence another child is obstruction, period. Countywide retaliation. YMCA, South McKeel, Carlson Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Grace City Church all banned the father immediately after he raised predator concerns. Financial sabotage, eviction, license suspensions, frozen accounts, coordinated across jurisdictions. Case snapshot. Case number 2025 DR 000601BA, Section 09, Polk County, Florida. Judge Gerald P. Hill-Isikin. Hill has extended injunctions protecting Randall Seth Ritchie despite clear evidence of molestation and grooming. He has racked up hundreds of violations, illegal service, docket tampering, blocking parents from hearings. He may honestly qualify for the Guinness Book of World Records for the most egregious violations of service and procedure in U.S. history. Why this matters. This isn't about one parent. This isn't about one county. This is systemic fraud. Court officers certifying service that never happened. Judges running shadow dockets outside public oversight. Police and sheriffs openly siding with predators. Mandatory reporters across the entire Polk school system ignoring disclosures. Whistleblowers punished harder than criminals. Witness tampering with children to silence a molestation victim. This isn't family law. This is federal witness tampering, child endangerment, and obstruction of justice, crimes that carry decades in prison. Call to action bar associations and watchdogs. You have a choice. Defend the rule of law or defend fraud on the court. Fraud on the court is not a local issue. It's a constitutional collapse. If they can fake service to protect predators, they can fake anything. Receipts. Don't take my word for it. Look at Daniel Fleischman's LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. You can watch the videos of blocked parenting exchanges, the grooming evidence, the retaliatory bans. This is total parental erasure. And so far, the federal courts haven't helped because protecting judges seems to matter more than protecting children. Daniel, do you want me to drop this into a dossier X right now?